Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. So in the last session we have understood about the AWS pricing model. We have understood about the different pricing structures as well. But in this session we are going to learn about on demand, reserved and spot instances. And we are going to learn about like the different pricing models which we are having related to all these things. Okay, so we are going to learn what is like on demand resources, on demand services. We are going to learn about the reserved services or the pricing model of related to these, and we are going to learn about the spot instances related to the pricing model of spot instances actually. So these are the things which we are going to learn in this particular session. So now let's start the session. So in this session, we are learning about the on-demand, reserved and spot instances. Okay, means like this is the continuation of the last session, which we have, which in which we have understood about the pricing model. Okay, so as you can see, like we are having three kind of what I can say instances. Okay, when it's come to the pricing model. So first we are having on demand, the second one we are having reserved, the third one we are having spot. Okay, so I'm going to give you the I can say overview, like what kind of instances you are using, and how much AWS is actually charging you, and on which circumstances, or I can say ways like in which actually AWS is charging you. Okay, so the first is on demand definition. So when we talk about on demand, and when we try to understand the definition of on demand instances, so it is something like right now I'm using something, and for this particular hour, second or minute I'm using the service and I'm paying for that. This is something on demand. Okay, so like why we use these things. So like as a user, like we are very much new, we don't know like after 1 hour we'll be using any service or not, like tomorrow we will be using any service or not. So whatever we are using right now, we have to pay accordingly. Okay, so this things comes under on demand chances. Okay, and idle for applications with unpredictable workload. Okay, so if there is any I can say application, and you cannot predict about the workload or the traffic, so you can actually use the on spot I can say on demand instances. Next we are having reserved instances. Okay, so reserved is something, let's suppose you are having one website, and you don't you are just you have set up the billing for 1 year, or I can say 3 years of model, so in which like you will be paying in a very long term. Okay, and it is something like when we talk about the use cases, so it is something like best for application with steady state usage, providing cost saving for overtimes. Okay, so the thing is, like if you're having a website or if you're having an application, and like this application is going to be I can say going to run for a very longer time, and the performance is very steady and I can say constant, so in that scenario you can actually use this reserved instance. Okay, and the pricing will be like in a I can say according to like year or 2 year or 3 year model. Okay, and this is going to save lot of cost, because if we compare this reserved with on demand, so in on demand pricing model, like the cost is actually high comparatively, and when we compare it to I can say reserved instances. Now the next thing is spot instance. Okay, so it is a definition is saying like purchased and used EC2 capacity at discounted rate, but instances can be interrupted if demand increases. Okay, so it is something like you are just using like a spot, like spot means like instant, you are just doing something. Okay, and it is something like you are having one instance and you're not using that, but wherever you need you are going to use that. Okay, so when there is a when it is actually suitable for fault tolerance, or I can say flexible application, or we can say like kind of batch processing for or we can say data analysis kind of thing, we can actually use these kind of instances. Okay, so spot is something like wherever we need we are going to use that, and we are paying accordingly. Okay, if there is no need, we are not paying for that. Okay, it is quite similar to I can say on demand, but there is a difference, a very I can say a very slight difference. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood about the I can say different pricing models associated with on demand, reserved and spot instances. Okay, so these things are important actually when you are actually talking about, or when you are trying to optimize your cost of AWS resources. So that's it for now. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, just take care of yourself. Thank you so much.